Tippett, what's the verdict on him? Can you make a call about if he'll play against the Bombers?
No, he won't play this week, but he's every chance the following week. He's recovering really well, and monitoring his progress, he seems to be coming along probably as we expected. And ask me that question next week, might be a different answer.
Is it not that you're saving face, but is it really just there's really no point playing him because does it look bad if you're playing?
I don't think so. No, I think we've always said we'll make a decision that is best for Kurt. Not necessarily what we want to do is rush him back out there because we need to win a footy game. You know, the players' welfare's always come first in this case. But Kurt's really improving. He's done plenty of testing, and they've all been positive. And it looks like he's probably going to be, with a little bit more conditioning, he's going to be available to play really soon.
Why did you make the call so early in the week? Obviously you ran around a fair bit today. Why have you brought him out Wednesday morning?
Just didn't want to play any games. Didn't want to play ducks and drakes all week and have to field questions right up until the sort of selection. So it's just best to get it out there, I guess, and we can allow Kurt just to rest easy as well. He can start to get some conditioning in, and I guess the team can focus on beating Essendon.
So the safety first approach a little bit this time?
A little bit, probably not though. I think you just got to make the right medical call, and we feel that we've got the right people to make that call. And having been in constant consultation with Kurt, but also to our medical department, that it would have been foolish to play him this week. So we'll give it another few days, and I'm sure he'll be up and about the week after.
Is the medical testing that you've done confident when he gets back, possibly the week after, that he'll be okay, all things being equal, to play the rest of the year?
We'll certainly be confident that when we pass him fit to play and when Kurt's comfortable to play, we're confident that he'll go out and play footy just like he did prior to the concussion. So, as we've said right from the first day, we have to be aware that any sort of head injury, you have to be ultra certain that we're not taking any risks. But when he goes back out and plays, that's the sign that there is no unnecessary risk being taken.
If this was a final this week, would he play?
No, we wouldn't have mattered if this was the grand final or any final. He wouldn't have played this week.
From here, what's the biggest sort of hoop he has to get through? Is it the medical stuff, conditioning, or his own confidence?
A little bit of everything, to be honest. He's probably still not at the spot medically where we want him to be, but he is really recovering really quickly, and also too just the confidence for Kurt that he can train and he can be hit and he can bounce up and keep playing, keep training. So that should happen within the next 10 days. But if we're at this point next week and Kurt's still not in the frame of mind where he wants to go out and play, then we won't play him either. So the players' welfare will be paramount in those decisions.
Do you think what did he ever say in this one? You said if Kurt's not in the right frame of mind, you won't risk him. Did he ever say in this situation for Sunday?
Not so much. No, he didn't. But he's feeling really good. He's really bubbly. He's really his energy's back. He's joining in with training again without any sort of contact. But he's in a great frame of mind and he's improving really well.
How's he improving?
No, I don't think so. No, I think I spoke to him yesterday. He just got back from the Gold Coast, had a couple of quiet days up there, and he feels great. Spoke to him after the game. Got a good sort of rundown from him, his view of how he saw the game against Geelong. So he's in a good frame of mind. He's really eager to get back out there with the players, which is great.
How's he improving? Has he got some sore head or what?
No, his symptoms are pretty much all gone. Yeah, he's just back to living life as normal. So it's been a pretty quick recovery from our point of view. But that's a good sign that Kurt's really keen to get back out there and play.
Would he ever consider any headgear when he comes back?
No, the research that we've had is, and this is in consultation with the AFL as well, that Kurt won't require any headgear. And the more research we do about concussions through the AFL and through us is, mouth guards, paramount, but headgear doesn't provide any extra protection for Kurt or for any of our players.
Is that because of the effect of the banging effect, the head still rattles when it gets hit?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the exact reasoning is, but that was just a conversation I had with our club doctor. That's the research coming in for AFL football, that for our guys, mouth guard, very important. The headgear, not so much.
Brendan, what about Sam Jacobs, another one of the big men? Is he going to be okay?
I think so, yeah. He's back in full training. So, just a little bit of tightness last week, which we didn't want to take the risk with. And he's jumping out of his skin. He's really keen to play. We probably held him back last week. Didn't want to risk him this time of year, and I think that was the right decision. So he's back with the group, full training, and he's ready to roll this week.
I've heard a few people comment that he's probably almost your most important player in your team. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I think if you've got a ruckman that's in good form, that's really important for not just your ruckman, but also to your midfield. You know, he gives our midfield first use, and there's a direct correlation why our, Dangerfield, Sloane, Thompson, Van Berlo have all had great seasons because we've had a really dominant ruckman. Is he our most important? I'm not sure. I think we've probably got 5 or 6 or 7 players that we really rely on to play well for us to play well. So, but Sam's definitely in that category.
Was that caution as a result of learning from Hawthorn played Buddy when he probably wasn't ready?
Oh, not so much. I mean, sometimes too you look at decisions that other clubs make, but in ours, no, it was just a decision purely based on where Sam was at, and I guess the timing of the season, and as we mentioned before, the importance of him in our side. But having said that, I thought Jenkins and McKernan both played well last week in the ruck. Even though we didn't win hit-outs, we still won clearances. So we can live without Sam Jacobs, but we prefer to have him in the team.
Talia and Shaw?
Shaw will almost certainly be available for selection, which is great. Same thing last week. He saw the eye specialist, and the eye specialist preferred that he would just have one more week. So we, in consultation with our medical department, allowed him to do that, one more week, but he'll be available this week for sure. Talia got a nasty cork, but he was running around today, so I doubt that he would miss.
Are you facing Essendon at a time of their greatest weakness, or are they due to rebound at some stage, especially with the early back?
I think this time of the year, every side's really hungry, and you can never go into a game thinking this is a good time to get a side or this is not a good time to get a side. I think Essendon are coming here with a great opportunity. They would feel to knock us off, and be a great game for them to get back into, I guess, a bit of confidence after a couple of poor performances. But they're a good side. I mean, they're as good as anyone in that first half of the season, and they're going to get some players back this week as well, which will be good for them, and a great challenge for us as well.
You struggled with power forward last week. If Early does play, would that job go first to Talia?
Yeah, our boys have been really good this year. Talia and Rutten have both had really good seasons, and they probably lowered their colours last week to Hawkins, who had a great game. But those boys will bounce back. You know, they're proud players who have had good seasons, and if it's Cramery or Hurley or Gumbleton or Hill, it'd be a great challenge for our key defenders this week.
So what's the number one thing that you need to change from the way you went about it against Geelong this week?
Consistency of performance. We probably relied on too few last week. So the games we played really well this season have been when we've had an even contribution from the entire 22. Probably felt last week we had 6 or 7 guys who were really good, but then it dropped away pretty quickly. So you can't beat good sides if you've got half of your side not living up to, I guess, their baseline performance. So consistency of performance is probably the one issue we need to get better at.
So given it was a sort of finals-like game of the year, are you at all concerned about the implications of not playing and guys not performing up to that level?
Not so much. We won't hit the panic button. No question about that. Geelong are a good side to beat. Geelong are a tough side to beat at their home ground, and I think 2 sides have done it in the last 50 games. So we're not alone in losing at Geelong. But we thought we were a great opportunity. We thought we were a great opportunity to get across there and get the win, and we got within 2 points, and then they ran over us in the last sort of 10-15 minutes. But we've had a solid review this week. We've looked at some of the things we did really well, but it was the consistency of performance which was probably what let us down.
So I think Malthouse last night questioned whether Adelaide could match it with the other top 4 sides in September. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I think we can. There's no reason why we can't. This time last year we had 3 or 4 wins. This time of the year we've got 13 or 14 wins. It's one of those years where we've shown great improvement, but our season's not over yet. We've got 5 home and away games to go, and then we'll prepare for a finals campaign. But we'll keep our focus really narrow. We'll focus on Essendon this week. The experts can talk about finals now if they want, but our focus will be purely on getting the job done against Essendon.
But yeah, he said that in fact Colin would beat you here, and suggest that they're better. Do you think you've got the squad, personnel-wise, and up and running enough that you can actually really push for the flag? Can you win the flag?
I guess the reality is any side that makes the 8 would probably think they've got a great chance to win a premiership, and this year might be one of those years when you could finish 7th or 8th and be a real shot. So we've just got to keep winning games, keep putting ourselves in the best position to have a good finals campaign. But we haven't got our head in the clouds. We're not talking premierships. We're not talking how we're going to go in the finals. We're focusing on our next opponent, and that's been the strength of the group for the majority of the season. And it's great that people want to talk about us, and we're not good enough, and we're not going to go any good. Good sides have beaten us. We've won 18 games from 22 that we've played this year. We've beaten some good sides along the way, but we haven't beaten Hawthorn. We haven't beaten Collingwood. Geelong beat us at their home ground. We beat Geelong here by 60 points. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, we'll just wait and see. We'll just wait and see.
On your day though, good enough to beat anybody?
Oh, we think we are. Yeah, we think our best is good enough. I wouldn't even put a side out there if we didn't think we could win. So we'll do everything we can to prepare our side to play well later in the year.
Brenton, it is so tight and so open at the top. There's that cluster of teams. How important is it though to finish as high as you possibly can to give yourself the best crack at it?
Yeah, it's better to finish top 2 than it is to finish 3rd or 4th, and it's better to finish 3rd and 4th than it is finishing 5th or 6th. So we've just got to keep winning. Every side we play, we've got to be ruthless in our approach. We have to just keep winning. Simple as that, and the season will take care of itself when you look at the 8 at the end of the year. Is it a huge advantage to finish in the top 4? So that should be any team's goal. 1st and 2nd's better than 3rd and 4th, but 3rd and 4th's also better than 5th or 6th. So we'll just take it one game at a time, and if it works out that we're up in the top bracket, then that'll be a great launching pad for hopefully a successful finals campaign.
You said it was left to too few last week. It was just not today. No issue with fatigue or anything like that.
No, I don't think so. No, when we always look for reasons, but it was probably we just had too many guys were down. I don't think there was any particular reason. We had a good week last week in preparation, and sometimes the opposition don't let you play as well as what you want to play. Geelong's pressure was fantastic early in the game, and they out-tackled us, they outspread us. They took their opportunities in front of goal. We missed some sodas. But yeah, we've reviewed the game and look for ways that we can improve pretty quickly.
And those guys that were down, have you said, we need more from you, or are you happy to leave it to them to rebound on their own?
I don't like to single out players who didn't perform to their potential, but I think as a player you do know. I mean, I didn't point the finger at anyone, but we've got a very proud young group, and I'm sure they'll rebound hard against Essendon on Sunday.
Brett, you're at the Catchment. They won 3 flags, or nearly there for the 3rd year. But obviously, most teams history shows they don't use more than 35 players to win a flag. Yep. How important is it that you keep your list together? You're up to 35 already.
Yeah, you're right. The research shows the premiership sides don't use a great big group of a squad, I guess. But whether for injuries or form, there might be opportunities for us to play different players. Yet we've still got some guys who are in good form in the SANFL who haven't played this year. Guys like Tambling and guys like Aidan Riley, who still might play in the next few weeks. So I don't think it's the be-all and end-all, but if you look at history, it does show that it is important to have a really tight squad.
Has that been one of the keys to your success this year too, that you managed to keep your group pretty much together?
Yeah, we have. We haven't been hit by the injury curse too much, but there's certainly a few now. We're missing Otten and Henderson and Martin and a few other guys, so we're starting to get a few little sort of niggles along the way, but it's that time of year. Every side's going to have to deal with injuries and form this time of the season, so we've just got to ensure the next few weeks that we're in form and we're fit and we're ready.
How have you been at Geelong? That continuity, obviously, Geelong rested some players late last year, didn't rest. To actually have that squad playing all year together, how important is that?
Yeah, it is important. We probably haven't got the luxury to rest players. We're certainly managing our workload throughout the week to ensure that our players are feeling great on game day. That's been a real strength of ours, I think. We're not so naive to think that we can just smash them here during the week and train them really hard. It's been a lot of management and ensuring that we've got a fit team ready to play each week.